one of the heavy topics that a lot of professionals and people don't discuss, especially out loud or on social media, is the suicidal ideation of those after discovering a betrayal in the relationship. A lot of the people that I talk to, they either have thought about it or I won't say a lot of them have attempted, but certainly there's been thoughts, ideations of suicide. One of the things that's also even more rarely talked about is the homicidal feelings, and especially those that are geared towards the AP. Um, Crimes of passion. So one of the things that I just wanted to get on here and say is, and you might have other professionals that disagree with me, and that's fine, great, and dandy. I'm going to tell you what my experience tells me. Having thoughts, ideations of getting revenge, getting back at the AP, maybe even your spouse, I would say those are relatively common. And if they're not common, they're not out of the ordinary, and they're not necessarily huge red flags. Now, if you have obsessive thoughts, that's where we can get into some gray area. And certainly, if you ever find yourself in an area where you want to plan something, that's when you really need to tell someone. And I recommend telling a friend or a family member, because if you do tell a professional, and I know I'm going to get some flack for this, I do. If you tell a professional, they are mandated reporters, and you might be just having temporary thoughts that just by sharing it is almost like letting sunshine on bacteria and mold. If you put sunlight on mold, it actually kills it and makes it go away. So as long as you're sharing your thoughts with somebody that you trust, you're getting that secret out. And that's almost like opening the door to sunshine, sunlight coming in and stopping the mold. Now, if you need to tell a professional or should, by all means, but just know that may come with mandated reporting. Now, listen, I'd much rather a professional picks up the phone and reports something, and you get the help you need, rather than next thing you know, you're wearing orange for the next 30 years. Because I have experience working with those clients as well. So all I'm saying is ideation, thoughts, sometimes these fantasies. Listen, our brain thinks of some pretty dark moments, especially after betrayal. So that's not uncommon. And even thinking of revenge and retaliation and whatever. But if you ever get to a point where the temptation turns into a thrill, into any type of planning, or that, you need to talk to somebody. You need to tell someone. Listen, if you decide to unalive yourself, you're hurting those around you. You decide to unalive somebody else, you're hurting yourself, because you're the one that's going to be behind four walls for the rest of your life, or what. Nobody's worth that. Nobody's worth that. And keep in mind, those are permanent solutions to a temporary problem. So talk to somebody, talk to a trusted friend, and certainly if you think this should be elevated, talk to a professional, there's no doubt. Because again, I would much rather the law get involved or something and get you the help you need, rather than you hide this and you keep this inside and it turns into something that's life altering, whether that means your life is over or somebody else's life is over, and then your freedom is over. It's not worth it.